It's actually a stream basically, but it saves recording then uploading by millions. So I'm currently in my CEO office, but first let's go on to the the amazing internet browser here. Yes, as you can see, there are sponsored advertisements. Then nothing changed here, but I think they should have changed these so then you know where the new stuff is. But basically, guys, the new stuff is located here in Southern San Andreas Autos and in Legendary Motorsport. In Legendary Motorsport, we have 4 new cars. No, 3 new cars, sorry about that. I thought it was 4, never mind. We have an Emperor ETR1, which looks absolutely nice. Obviously, as again, GTA is not putting any more detail into the bottom of cars. The bottom is flat like a slab again. But here we are, guys. This is all about the car here, and then the speed and stuff. But you can select 2 different liveries, but I think what they should have added is a no livery option, because you can, if you go into Los Santos Customs, have a no livery, so just a nice plain colour paint if you want it to look like an ordinary car. Next we go on to the Prosion Tyrus. Prosion Tyrus, once again, doesn't have a no livery option, but does in Los Santos Customs. We have 2 different liveries here, a nice blue one and a black one. And this one is faster than the other one, which is actually quite nice, but they do go much faster if you put on customizations. This is the most expensive one out of them all. I do not actually know why this is the most expensive, but it is. Now this one looks like a really old-fashioned F1. It's like an F1 car, but they're not F1 cars, if you get what I mean. They're race cars. They're like F1 cars, but they're not, basically. Whatever. More information about the car here, and then 2 different liveries here, the Pegasus one and this one, and still no livery for no livery options, but there is a no livery option on Los Santos Customs, and it does actually look quite nice without a livery on it, so that you can have a nice custom colour. But anyway, I'm not going to buy any of those because I've already bought them. But anyway, we're going to go over here to Southern San Andreas Autos now, and here we do have multiple new vehicles. Here we have an Audi, basically, Omnis, which it does look quite nice. I still haven't taken this in Los Santos Customs, so I can't tell you whether there's not a livery option or not. But there is 2 different sorts, and they basically just change the colour, basically, which actually is quite nice. Does look very nice, a very old car for racing, but still nice. Here we have, I don't actually know what this car is in real life, I apologise, but here you have this car, more information here, and the vehicle stats. But it's weird, there's actually an airline sponsoring it. You can have this, which I think is like a sort of beer, but there is Air Hurler, if you didn't know. It is an airline operating at Los Santos, which you normally see the aircraft parked up on single player, which you can fly, but not online. Next we're going on to a sort of legitimate car here. This is what you would see in real life. It is a Fiat, and I think it is a Fiat Panda. I'm not quite sure on that, but anyway, there are 2 liveries here, and I have taken this into Los Santos Customs, and you can customize it with no body paint, no liveries, and you can have a nice change the bumpers on these cars, and with an awesome spoiler, if I say so myself. Anyway, next we're going into the sort of monster truck sort of area here. We have a Vapid trophy truck, 2 spare wheels on the back, which gives it a nice little effect, and then you can see like inside there a small little detail. This has quite good acceleration speed as well, which is quite nice, and I might check this out in another video, sorry about that, whether it is an actual 4x4 car, because a lot of cars in this game are claimed to be 4x4, but only 2 of the wheels actually physically spin, so it's not 4x4. But yeah, here you go, there is Vapid Racing and Western Motorcycle, which I think out of both of them, you're going to go for that. And then maybe you can customize the colour and not have no livery, I'm not sure, but I'll bring that out in another video. Next we're going on to the Vapid Desert Raid, again part of the Vapid family. So Vapid is obviously their monster truck range on GTA Online at the moment. And here we have a drone. This is an advert for the drone. If you haven't noticed on any radio stations, Drone is a mobile phone brand in Grand Theft Auto series. It is advertised on the radios and things like that for a drone. And I deeply apologise, you did hear music in the background, and I will probably get done now by YouTube for copyright. But here you have another sort of custom called a Badger. I think a Badger is another type of phone, or it's the sat-nav. It's one or the other. It's an electronics thing in GTA that they keep advertising, especially in single player and on the radio. Next, we're going on to the motorbikes. Nagasaki BF400, which you can have atomic skin or a sprunk skin, which is the soda. And I would like to say you probably can have no liveries on all these vehicles, but you can only buy them with a livery, so then they get more money out of you. It's actually quite a cheap motorbike, only 95,000, but some of you may not have that amount of cash. Next, we're going on to a Western Geroigel. I think that's how you spell it, whatever. As here goes the original version here, and there's two versions, a Grogel and a Grogel Village. Oh no, it's Gargoyle. That's it, there we go. Anyway, as you can see on the back, there is chains, like snow chains, which they put to, on tyres to make them like snow tyres. The stats are very, basically, all the same near enough, except the braking, but that can be upgraded, obviously, in LS Customs. Next, we're going on to the Declassy Burger Shot Stallion. And I'd like to say this is the vehicle off PC, which we have never ever got. I actually like to say this is, yes, PC users, you will have seen this vehicle before, as you probably had this vehicle, because I'm pretty 100% sure this is the vehicle which you could only get on PS3 using mod menus, or on PC off the actual store right now. But anyway, that's that. We're going to the Vapid Pitweiser Dominator. Once again, this is just a Dominator, guys. No new vehicle. It is just in a Pitweiser livery. But there's not really much to say about that car, really, whatsoever. I think that's... No, there is one more car. The Gauntlet is, once again, a car that already exists. Yeah, it's a car that already exists. They're just adding liveries and make you want to buy them. Actually, hang on a minute. Whoa, okay. Let me rephrase that. All these three cars, I was about to say these are cheap cars, they're actually free. So if you're online at the moment, I'll grab yourself a bargain here. You got some really nice cars for free, basically. For free. They're free cars. That's actually really, really good, because they're actually really decent cars, and half the races you do actually require these vehicles. That is it. There's nothing else on the internet to buy anything new, and all the information about you being able to own a brand new garage is wrong. You cannot own another apartment. You're still stuck on the apartments you currently have, which is 5. There is discounts though. Big discounts, which I would recommend this one. Anyway, but as I can show here, select interior, blah blah blah, yeah, that one, whatever. Purchase property, you can still only have 5. There's not an extra slot, which would have been nice, so then you could get some more of these new vehicles. But I remember the PS3 when you could only have one garage, and people were like, oh my god, we filled up 10 vehicles, but this was like the beginning of GTA, oh my god, we filled it up. But then, yeah, now you've got to fill up all these, which I currently have full, with a load of crap that I don't use any of the cars. But anyway, another awesome vehicle I'm going to mention, guys, is on Legendary Motorsport, is the 770. This car. It is absolutely 100%, I'd like to say 100% amazing for one of the races at Grand Senora Desert Airstrip, where you do multiple stunts on one of the new races. Because it is actually a really reasonable sports car, which is very fast compared to the others. But I do have to say one downside with this update. The creator, they never changed. They never gave us any of these new items to try on the creator, which is absolutely very, very saddening. We can't make our own Formula 1 tracks, things like that, with the new items, which is very sad to say. But anyway, I'm just going to go fly right now over to my garage.
What vehicle should I tell them you want?
I'm going to take this one.
Sure.
Over to my garage, which has all the new vehicles on, so I can quickly show you guys. So yeah, you will have to bear with me a second why I fly all the way over there. There we go. Just pray we don't get shot down. Okay, still got access. Okay, this is really bugging. This thing is like, what the hell? Anyway, let's eject here. Okay, that really did fail. Honestly, that failed big time. Anyway, we're at it, and I think I put them all in garage 1. I'm not sure. So let me just buzz the garage. Come on. There we go. Penthouse Suite 1. In you go. Yeah, that's what I thought. Come on. Anyway, here we go, guys. I don't have all the new vehicles. I've purchased some of them. So, as you can see, this is what I thought was a Fiat Panda, and I still think it is a Fiat Panda, because it really looks like it, in the Sprunk livery, which actually is quite nice. And as you can see there, once upgraded, it does get some decent speed in there, and especially for acceleration. Also, another thing with all these new cars, the traction is maximum. So when you're doing these races, it's good because they don't slide anywhere at all. In a minute, guys, I'm going to take this one out and show you the customizations on this car, as I've not actually driven this car whatsoever. Here's the interior. It's currently red and orange, which is quite nice. It would be nice if they added detail to the mirror, so like you could actually see out them. But anyway, here's actually the interior of this little Fiat Panda, which is alright. But anyway, here is a Pegasi. Bear with me a second, because I know I'm going to get screwed here. There we go. Anyway, here's the Pegasi version of the RE7B. As you can see here, the traction is nearly maximum. But I haven't changed the tyres, so maybe if I change the tyres, it might go to maximum. I'm not sure about that. But here's the inside. It is a nice gull-wing door, and the interior is very race style, as you can kind of see. I think they could have made so much more detail on the steering wheel. Look here, guys. You can see it's meant to say start, but it's like they've taken images off the internet or something and just made them bigger. But there it is in the Pegasi livery. It is really nice. It's like a Formula 1 car. To me, I think it is. But it's absolutely lush. After taking that one, I will take one of these nice new cars to Los Santos Customs as well, because I still haven't with these ones. So this is the Tyrus. This is the most expensive car in the new update. As you can see, it's in the Lombank, there we go, livery. I don't remember selecting that, but anyway, it's quite nice looking, to be honest with you. Nice colour. And the doors, oh yes, Lamborghini style doors, you know, there. And the interior is the exact same, near enough, except the steering wheel to the one next to me. But I think this car is much lower. And for some reason, if I turn, look, my head goes really glitchy. There is no back mirror. It is just a carbon plate there, which does look slightly off-putting. But that's that car, and this is the final car that I have actually bought. It is the ETR1. I haven't customized this, so ignore those stats for now. But it does have nice traction, and the front is very aerodynamic with the air inlets. The front, the sides, pretty normal. It's a nice little compact car, and the tyres are actually quite nice, even though they're not customized by me. And the back is like that, no exhaust, but the exhausts are here on the side skirts. And the interior of this car, hopefully we're seeing some different change here. Yes, we're seeing a nice little change there. No radio, I don't think. The white bars, I think you might be able to change. The steering wheel is much nicer, but if you look slightly at the logo, it slightly looks like an Xbox logo. But anyway, as you can see, the brake handle there. But anyway, let's go over to this classic car here, guys, and take this thing into Los Santos Customs and see what we can get out of this car. Ah, you can't have a gun in this car. Damn, I thought if you had a gun, you might be able to stick out the window, and then maybe that little window might open. But never mind. Let's go see what we can get out of this car. Okay, here we are in this car. Just being quiet there because listen to the engine. It actually sounds really nice. And as you can see, straight here, I really like from the interior in this car is your rev-ometer. You can see the lights on the dashboard there. That's the rev-ometer. So if I go red, that means I'm over revving, and you know, basically, you know what rev-ometer does. Anyway, the gauges are the really annoying thing. You can't actually see the speed you're going at. Maybe you can at daylight, but it would have been good if they added some lights onto there. Because I can slightly see them on my screen, but I don't think. Anyway, whatever. Here we are into Los Santos Customs with this brand new car. I never actually use this car, but anyway. Let's just... Okay, no, we didn't need to repair it. Anyway. As you can see, the armor upgrades are the usual, the brakes the usual, the engine same. You can upgrade the exhaust on this car with a big exhaust there. It's not that big, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to go through that, that's the same. As you can see guys, there is no livery options. You can have no livery, which does make the car look much nicer. If you have a certain colour on, I guess. As you can see there, you can have custom number plates, obviously, which I have on there, which I need to delete most of those off there. But anyway, as you can see, yep, you can have a nice custom colour. Wow, okay, that actually looks quite nice. You may not think so, but I actually think that looks quite awesome. I'm going to leave that on there. Secondary colour. Can we have a secondary colour or not? Okay, that changes the interior. So let's. We could go all out crew there, but. Wow, you can honestly have a chrome interior. Nah, yeah, no, it just goes black. Okay, so you can't have a chrome interior. We just found that out. Let's go to metallic. Let's go for a midnight blue. Where's blue? Okay, blue's the other end. There, midnight blue. That actually looks quite nice. There we go. Okay, that's that. Spoiler. You can change the spoiler, I guess. Okay, you can have no spoiler. That actually makes the car look kind of little Diddy Matchbox car, which looks really nice. Or you can have that, which is an absolutely pathetic spoiler. I would not have that. Oh my god. Anyway, you can lower the suspension and transmission, shit like that, and bang on the turbo and the wheels if you want to. I'm just gonna bung. That on. Wait. That.
Man, you mean business.
And change the window. There. Okay, did I max everything? I think I did. Yeah. Okay, there is a turbo option. I did enable that. I don't know whether the engine will sound as nice though, because when you enable turbo, guys, the sound changes the sound of the car to the same as any other car, which sucks so much. Say you had a Bugatti Veyron here next to this car, and you bung turbo on it and turbo on this, the cars would sound the exact same. There would be no distinction. And I'm liking this car. This car is fast, except me crashing all the time. But this car is really nice. Oh, okay, I just killed someone, but never mind. But anyway, there's the new cars, guys. I can't be able to do any races. I'll do that at another time. Adios. How the fuck do I stop this shit?